Hello, BookTube. In the course of my errands today, my brief window of time outside of the house, I went to the Brattle bookshop here in Boston, as I often do, and I got a small handful of books. And this time I thought I'd show them to you instead of just heaping them onto the pile and enjoying them on my own. And the first one I want to show you is something we've actually seen here before, I think. But it was in a flimsy trade paperback. Something that when I was showing it to you and when I was first looking through it, I was thinking, it's not going to take anything to make this thing fall apart. And it did fall apart. It's this, Art and Artor by Cynthia Ozick, an author whose novels I've never particularly liked, but her nonfiction, her book criticism and essays and reviews has grown on me steadily. She had one just recently published this year that I liked, and it caused me to go back to her others. And I was very happy to find this because I was enjoying the paperback copy that I had when it blew apart like a bomb. So now I have a hardcover that won't blow apart. And then I got this thing. This is an illustrated catalog of pre-20th century artwork from the Boston Atheneum, and a very old and wonderful private library here in Boston, to which I am a member, that is walking through it, walking around in it. The first two floors are open to the general public, and then the top three floors are not, but even the first two floors, the impression is not so much a library as an art museum, and that's justified by that's a justified thought by the Atheneum's long history. The artwork in the place is amazing, just uplifting. It's on a cold winter day with snow blowing outside, back when we had those things here in Boston at 70 here in bright sunlight, and it hasn't rained in 14 years. But once upon a time, we had a particulate precipitation called snow, and winter happened at the end of October every year in New England and stayed until late May. It's now the end of November, and or the middle of November, and it's 70. It's shirt sleeve weather with no end in sight. So it's a bygone era, but once upon a time, easing yourself into the chairs of the Atheneum, reading some of the periodicals, looking around you at the artwork was amazing, an amazingly comforting experience. And I have a catalog of artwork from the Atheneum, but that's 100 years old. And this is new. Now, the artwork hasn't changed, hasn't gone anywhere. It only moves around. But the appreciation of it, the descriptions of it, sometimes the knowledge of provenance has improved over time. So I was glad to find this. And then there's this thing, a sweet tooth of mine, English manor houses. I just love these things. I've actually been in quite a few of them. And I never tire of seeing pictures of them and reading descriptions. Here you get, this is all in full color. Let me show you another one. They're all just lovely to look at. Look at you get the precise detail work there, and the writers take you through the brief history of the house, and very knowledgeable from what I read on the train coming back here. Very knowledgeable understanding of what kind of architecture they're looking at and what the details mean. It's not, of course, a big definitive thing. It's meant to be in a gift shop somewhere, but I don't have it, and I love this kind of thing. This will be an hour of pure rapture reading it. And then the last thing I want to show you today was an item that I'd never seen before, and it's this, Unpacking My Library: Writers and Their Books. It's a long hardcover, and in it, a whole bunch of contemporary writers are approached, interviewed, and then Lev Grossman, Jonathan Latham, Claire Massoud, these people talk about their book collections, and then we see the book collections. not representative pictures taken off the internet, but the actual books that they own. And it's amazing. And as I was flipping through it, there you go, there's somebody's library, certainly not mine. As I was flipping through it, I realized that it was striking me as very familiar, and then I realized why. Because this is BookTube. This is the closest thing that an old-fashioned book could get. These are bookshelf tours. And the interviews are, what books I love, what they mean to me, what I got recently. The interviews are tags. So I'll be of course, the main draw for me in a book like this is to study the shelves and see what books are around these people and which ones they chose to keep. That's always interesting for me. I don't know why, but it always is. Back when I visited people in their homes, that was the first thing I always did. Other people, it's the medicine cabinet in the bathroom. For me, it was always the books on the library shelves. So those are the 4 things I got today, and 3 of them, these 3 really aren't sit down and read type books. They're a different kind of thing. I like that kind of thing. They're more pick and poke here and there. But the last one is not only a sit and read type of thing, but it's my own profession. It's book essays. So that was the 4 books that I got today at the Brattle. I just thought it might be of interest. I'll be back with plenty of videos right away. Thank you, BookTube.